As a man living in the UK, what do you do when you wake up to the realization that the dating market has crashed permanently? Do you stay positive and hope that things can get better? Or do you just stay single forever and just get a pet? Now, as far back as I can remember, men have always been problem solvers. We've always managed to figure things out.
It's the women who are ending up with nothing. And the men they still somehow, in many cases, make their way around. But then you also have the men going their own way movement and the ones who aren't touching it, right? But if they manage to get through the maze with everything, and then all these women are left over.
Yeah. And then you have the incels, right? You have those who are going to say, there's men who are they're not getting anything, right? Those who feel like they're left over. So you're going to have that population. But I understand what you're saying. Like at any point, there's not the same restraint of time biologically on men that there is women. That's just not debatable.
Yeah, but the women who are left over are incels too.
Dating in the UK today is not what it used to be. The same men that build the buildings that we live and work in, the same men that make it possible to have running water, and the same men that protect us from things like fire and crime are not respected like they used to be. For many women in the Western world, men are apparently not needed in 2025 due to the fact that women have careers now.
Because we don't need men anymore. What I mean, like our parents did.
Swiping, ghosting, situationships, raising standards, falling commitment. It's all become a minefield. And in all this chaos, a growing number of British men are packing their bags. But where are they going?
In Thailand, we don't say shh. We say
damn! By now you would have heard of the Passport Bros, a controversial yet rapidly growing community of men seeking love, connection and partnership outside the borders of the UK. This movement isn't just a UK thing. It's happening in many Western countries.
Because even fucking white Australians and Americans are sick of their own fucking women. They act like men.
From Thailand to Brazil, Colombia to the Philippines, even parts of Africa and Eastern Europe. Men are finding that traditional connection that we miss greatly in the UK.
Asian guy or foreigner guy?
Foreigner, I like foreigner.
What do you like about foreigner?
I like foreigner because mindset and lifestyle and attitude and everything I think interesting for me.
You think it's very different from Thai guy?
It's very, very different. Very, very different in my opinion.
Where are you from?
I'm Nigerian.
Nigerian? Oh,
yeah.
Nigerian.
Everywhere Dubai is good.
That's why you look so good, handsome. Actually.
Oh, really?
Yes. You were so handsome.
Oh, thank you.
Do you like coffee?
Coffee?
Coffee.
Matcha.
Matcha? You like matcha?
I prefer matcha.
Okay, cool. I have to learn French.
You live in Canggu?
I live like 5 minutes away.
Okay.
And you?
Tabanan is
You're in Tabanan?
For volunteers,
yeah.
Tabanan. In scooter,
30 minutes?
30 minutes,
yeah.
Yes.
I'll invite you up.
What?
I will invite you to matcha.
When?
Tomorrow?
Yes. Afternoon.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, nice to meet you,
Nice to
Lizzie.
meet you. Bye.
Today we look at the philosophy, the mindset, and the movement itself, and also the different types of passport bros. Oh yes, there's definitely different types. But what drives a man to leave it all behind? Is it just a failure of modern dating culture? Or is it something deeper? A collapse in values, identity, and purpose back home?
I haven't met one single Thai person, and I've spoke to many, who would want to trade their life in Thailand for a life in England. Not one. And I've spoken to many Thai people about this, and for some reason they seem very clued up about how bad the United Kingdom is. They know, they see it. They're very well informed, and they don't want to trade their life. They're happy with maybe not making a lot, maybe not living the most affluent lifestyle in Thailand, but they're not willing to trade that life for a life in England where perhaps you'll make more money, but you'll definitely be more miserable, and you'll be spending £6.50 on a dry sandwich every lunchtime with more lettuce than protein and no sauce. It's just not the optimal lifestyle to live. I know Thai people love their Thai food. If they want to have Thai food in England, what's that going to cost them? £15 for a meal? Minimum. Let's not even talk about the weather, the crime, the lack of social cohesion, the lack of any meaningful culture. Now, let's not even talk about the ULEZ, the congestion charge, and all of this nonsense that you need to pay for to just exist in London, in England. It's just a nicer, more simple way of life in Thailand. And the Thai people, they know this. They know. Maybe 30 years ago, the Thai people would say, yes, I would swap places because England was a better place. I'm not sure how they feel about other places in the world. Like maybe they'd be more comfortable swapping places with Americans or Australians. But when it comes to the UK, the Thai people, they are very clued up about how horrible, how bad it is back there, that they would rather have less but stay in Thailand and live a more simple, happier life.
See, in the last decade, marriage rates in the UK have plummeted. Online dating has turned romance into a game. And many men feel voiceless, labelled, dismissed, even ridiculed for simply expressing their needs. Men are called things like sassy, weak, broke. Who hurt you is a question many women will throw at men. Meanwhile, in other parts of the world, relationships are built on tradition, roles, and mutual respect.
Benefits of being with a Filipino.
The way the Philippines respect you as a man and allow you to be the leader of the house.
Filipinos, they take care of you, they're affectionate.
As long as you're loving them, they will give you back so much more. We go to a restaurant, I'll eat something, wow, this was great. And you'll actually go home and learn how to duplicate what I had.
And I'm happy to do it.
Success comes when you start putting your partner first.
In a Western country, they think it's like manipulation. They think it's weak for women to submit to their husband, but I don't feel that way.
You think I'm foolish? Pussy clout are going inside here.
In places like the Philippines, Colombia, and Thailand, women are raised with different cultural expectations, and so are the men. Critics call it exploitation. Supporters call it liberation. But whatever your opinion, the passport bro movement isn't going anywhere. It's just getting bigger.
My son has just come back from Brazil, which is actually still considered a developing third world country. And he went there and he showed me loads of videos because the high streets are busy. There's no boarded up shops. He said, Mummy, there's no crime there. You can walk around with your phone, no problem. He said, I looked at their shopping malls. They were incredible. They've got so many different types of shops. There's nobody going around delivering food every 5 seconds, interweaving through people. And I'm like, what is going on here? This is a third world country which looks more first world than our country. I recently came back from Malaga. The high streets are busy. Clothes shops, restaurants, cafes. They've got a really good nightlife there, full of young people. It's really vibrant. And I come back, the moment I landed in London this morning, I just noticed rubbish everywhere, all over the high streets. I saw boarded up shops. The only thing that seems to be running anymore are vape shops, Turkish barbers, and fried food outlets.
Now, this is not just about dating. It's about freedom. This is about men reclaiming choice in a system that many feel has failed them. There are 3 types of passport bros. The first are just men who are just traveling for sex. These are low frequency men who really should be called sex travelers. These men normally have no game, as everywhere they go, they are paying women for you know what. The second type of passport bro is the guy who's traveling to find a wife to bring back to his country. These men have more dignity, but these men don't understand the first rule of being a passport bro, and that's never bring her back to the West. I'll explain that later. And the third type of passport bro is the guy who's traveling to find a wife, but he isn't coming back home with her. For him, it's more than just having a wife. This guy also wants a good life to go with that. This is the story of the passport bros. A philosophy, a movement, a migration of the modern man. Is it desperation or is it evolution? You can decide.
If you want to completely ruin your life, then you need to book a trip to Thailand. Let me tell you why, yeah? So I've always been one of them geezers that when I visit somewhere, I don't go back straight away because I like to visit other places. But the first time I went to Thailand, I had the best time of my life that in the past 2 years, I've been back there 5 times. 5 times. And this is the problem. This is the problem. Because you have the time of your life when you go to Thailand, when you come back to the UK, you're going to compare everything about Thailand to what the UK has to offer. And in all honesty, you just fall into a state of depression where you don't want to go out anymore. You don't want to socialize with people because all you're thinking about is how happy you were and how cheap it was to live on the other side of the world, where you can pick up a decent meal for about £2 and even go on a night out and only end up spending like 15 quid, where over here it would easily cost you like £100. But anyways, guys, I highly recommend you go and ruin your life. Go and book that trip to Thailand and ruin your life. There's probably many other places as well that will ruin your life, but start with Thailand, yeah? Safe. Robust. Where?
میگه بندر هوا چیکار میکنین؟ مسافرت.
Oh, travel. Yeah, me travel. I'm also travel. 24. Oh, same age. You guys are friends. It's really hard talking to girls when you don't know their language. Oh, you're 18. Me, 24. Yeah, Instagram. Yeah, I have. Yeah, this one. Bismillah. Me follow you? Yeah, but I don't have internet.
1 million subscribers.
Just starting. Language is a beautiful thing where you can speak to somebody and not know what they're saying. Is it good?
Married.
Inshallah.
Me go to Australia.
When?
Bato.
With me? Alright, yallah. Nice to meet you. Enjoy your trip.
Is there a lot of black people here?
Yeah.
Yeah? Do you like black guys?
Yeah.
So I feel like I need to make a quick disclaimer here. Before you become a passport bro, make sure you understand game first, or else you'll just be a foreigner, beta male, getting taken advantage of.
Hello. Hello, you look nice. Yes, are you lady or lady boy?
I'm lady.
You lady?
Yes, I'm lady.
Are you sure?
I'm sure I'm lady.
As we already know, dating and life in general in the UK is at the point of being unbearable. But moving to another country isn't something that you should do based on emotion. You should definitely have a plan of action. Because of the high levels of men travelling to the most popular places, you have to think carefully about where you'd like to be. Where do you think that you'd fit in? Questions you would need to ask yourself are, is it safe? What's the cost of living? And so on. As the movement is so large in Colombia, you really need to think about the real purpose of your trip.
US tourists are killing Colombia as a country. Now this is going to be a hot take, but it's something that I feel like I can speak about because being a Brit, I've seen it in Spain. All of the Spanish people, they kind of want all tourists out, and the same in Thailand as well. I feel like the tide's kind of turning there as well, and people are just getting sick of the way that tourists are acting in the country, and it's like making locals unhappy, and it's almost driving locals out of certain areas. And the ways that I've noticed this within Colombia is, number one, it's the tipping culture. So the tipping culture here, I'm almost expected to pay 20 to 30% on top of everything, even for things that I don't even believe are worth a tip. And I think that comes from the US, and they're just so willing to tip. Like, they'll happily tip 40 to 50% on top of the normal bill, almost doubling the price of what they're paying for like normal services. Because yeah, they're on holiday, they're enjoying it, they're having fun, they're paying over the odds. And I was speaking to somebody in Medellin, and he was telling me that they tip so highly here that all the restaurants and bars have just put their prices up, and it's just really forcing the locals out, and it's just something that I don't really agree with. Also, a lot of people do come here for the whole tourism, and they're also doing a lot of, and it's all like that passport bro culture. And again, it kind of almost implies that like people are coming over here and gentrifying the place. And then lastly, one thing that kind of made me cringe a little bit was when we were in Cartagena. There was a guy, and he literally was speaking English to me, and he was putting on an American accent in order to make me buy something from him. And I just feel kind of sad when I see that, because I'm like, you should just be able to speak to me in Spanish, and I reply back to you in Spanish, you know. But they've obviously learned over time where if they can speak in almost like an American accent in a jokey way, they're more likely to sell something, and I feel like you just lose that authenticity. Now, saying all of this is not what I've noticed in all of Colombia. I would say Medellin particularly, and Cartagena. I almost wish I could have gone years ago, kind of see what it was like maybe before this big tourism boom. But if you go to other parts of Colombia and you go to like Salento or San Gil or Rincon del Mar, where I currently am right now, you're not getting any of that, and it's a completely different experience. And I love Medellin and I loved Cartagena. They're such cool places, they're super vibrant. But yeah, I just think it's a little bit sad that it's almost lost a little bit of authenticity. And I know I'm going to get a lot of hate from Americans on this video, and I do apologize. I know it's not all of you. It's the same with the UK, right? We get a lot of hate in Spain, and we also get a lot of hate when it comes to Thailand and things like that as well. And I know it's just a certain subgroup, but that certain subgroup does seem to take over, and then the locals' perception of the whole country just gets deceived, and then it kind of implies on all other tourists.
Thailand, Colombia and Brazil are the top 3 places men are travelling to. So keep this in mind before you start booking your ticket. Thailand also has many stereotypes.
It's hugely ignorant, misguided and prejudiced for those that say don't come to Thailand and get into a Thai relationship because she'll rip you off. You'll be looking after her family for the rest of your life, and it's a big scam. But the reality is the guys that come here are no spring chickens themselves. We're not talking about a 25-year-old, we're talking about a 55-year-old, probably a divorcee, a widower. He's familiar with the dating game. And okay, some come over a little bit naive, but you need to understand the options as well. For me, I think it's a fantastic opportunity for a guy to come over here and get a companion at very least. Someone that will be loving and attentive. Put his clothes on the bed. He'll probably wake up and there's toothpaste on his toothbrush because of this traditional patriarchal ideology that many Thais still hang on to. Not so familiar with what his options are back in the UK, because let's be blunt again, The trade-off is beauty, isn't it? He comes here and he can get a very attractive young Thai person. What's he going to get back in his own country? And what baggage will he get as well? You know, people say maybe I shouldn't go here with this type of content, but it's valid and largely true. The lady option for him back in the UK, same age, looks have faded, maybe a bit out of shape, and I'm sure there's some teenage sons there, perhaps going through university, that you're going to have to look after and fund. Maybe a mortgage and debts and credit card that have built up. There's probably still an ex in tow helping look after the family members as well. Is it really that black and white that a guy in his twilight years coming over to enjoy himself shouldn't look for a Thai girl? A lot of the stuff that's sent, there's always horror stories, but there's horror stories all over the world. And I think as long as you're a bit savvy, it's a fair trade. And so what if you have to send their parents a few thousand baht each month? It's peanuts. And this is expected in Thai culture for the siblings to look after their parents. There isn't a pension fund or nursing homes that you'd find back in the UK. So again, misguided prejudice. Anything people can do to point a hole and say about how bad it is, it's not. And that's probably why I wanted to be a little bit contentious in this vlog today, to rattle a few dust carts and say, what's the option for him? I see nothing wrong in what he's doing here. He's made the big bold decision to come and live in Thailand. It's a wonderful lifestyle. The sun's out. He gets to live a younger life, not stuck indoors with mounting electricity bills that he'd probably find in the UK. Good on him. Someone needs to stand up to the retiree expat that's coming over here because he's doing nothing wrong. He's doing everything right. Keep safe. Done about Thailand.
The list of countries that still have traditional women will have you spoilt for choice.
Let's talk about Sweden. Men, pay attention. It's the only country where women openly flirt with men. Yes, really. If she likes you, she'll say it. Wants your number? She'll ask. Wants a kiss? She won't wait for Valentine's Day. In Sweden, women take the lead. If you're cute, polite, and confident, they'll come up, talk to you, offer a drink, maybe even ask you to dance. No games, no stress. It's not seen as too easy, it's seen as confidence. And guess what? Men love it. They own their desires without shame. While you're still texting hey to someone ignoring you, over there, she's already making the first move. Honestly, Sweden might not just be a country, it's a dream.
Now Sweden, I must say, is a place that shocked me. It was that good that I can't even say or show you too much. You'll just have to take my word for it. But for me, what makes a place livable isn't just the women and the nightlife. It's much more than that. As stated in the Keza Noble video I showed you earlier.
But the moment I landed in London this morning, I just noticed rubbish everywhere, all over the high streets. I saw boarded up shops.
To those men looking to find a wife and bring her back to the UK or the USA, here's why that isn't the way forward.
Men are trash, so all men are trash so far. I don't.
Whatever your choice, make it wisely. Travel and explore the many countries we have to explore. But always remember this: no matter how difficult life in your country is, you have the option of other places. It's really that simple. No matter what age you are.
You're invited here.
Are you really?
Yes, we can eat. You can eat me also, Char.
Wow. Naughty.
Love is an emotion that clouds logic and reason. Don't be a lemon.
She Here's why women hate dating in Barcelona so much. You see, these pretty women come to Barcelona from places like Los Angeles, Miami, or some small town where there's only one pretty girl for every 10 guys. They have a monopoly on the dating scene and get pampered. But when they come to Barcelona, there's like 10 hot girls for every one guy. So they can't rely on their looks anymore because there's so many other beautiful women that if they start acting stupid, you just move on to the next one. So a lot of times the one thing a woman had going for them doesn't work anymore. And they have to rely on their personality, which is usually trash. So they get frustrated and blame it on Barcelona. So guys, if you're single, this is the place to be.